Welcome everybody to Monday Night Raw here in the WNR Universe. I'm James Rollins, and it's the most exciting night of the year because it's the Raw after WrestleMania. And already, well, this wasn't on the docket for tonight. Jacob Fatu is coming out here. This man is furious with what happened at WrestleMania.
The following is a 3-on-1 handicap match. Making his way to the ring from Sacramento, California, weighing in at 285 pounds, the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu.
Now, WrestleMania really changed the entire landscape of WWE. That is no exaggeration. When Roman Reigns and John Cena decided to team with the final boss to get the win at the grandest stage of them all. But Jacob Fatu wants his hands on Roman Reigns because even though Roman won, it was a very unlike Roman finish. But as you saw with shenanigans in the main event, so much to come here tonight. We've got the Women's US title on line, Iyo Sky versus Charlotte. And also we've got the Cody Rhodes situation. Incredibly, tonight in our main event, he's not here yet, but he's scheduled to take on Scott Hall. And of course, he got involved in the behest of the final boss at night one at WrestleMania. And right now, we are going to see the Higherarcy, as they are now known, apparently the most powerful entity in WWE history. You can see it there.
And his opponents at a combined weight of 781 pounds, the team of The Rock, John Cena, and Roman Reigns.
Did we ever think we'd see these three men together in a group? And they have everything. Roman Reigns has got the Udafala, he's a tribal chief. John Cena, the newly won World Heavyweight Champion, Unseen 17. And the final boss said he has got complete control over WWE. What this means for Raw and SmackDown, I'm not sure. But Jacob Fatu is not going to back down from these three absolute legends. Well, the crowd can't believe these three men are in the ring together as a team. But I don't fancy Jacob Fatu's chances much. But Fatu just wants his hands on Roman Reigns. He's going to get it now.
Roman Reigns has been eliminated.
And the final boss is in. And well, Rock taking it into his hands. He can throw the most electrifying move in entertainment with John Cena looking on. And as we see with Jacob Fatu there, tried his best, but the Hierarchy just had too much. Well, The Rock with a power slam and then the people's elbow. And he is telling everybody he's in control. Jacob Fatu wanted a piece of Roman Reigns. Got himself a piece of the final boss. Look at John Cena just looking stoic. Not doing anything in this one.
Here are your winners. The team of Roman Reigns, The Rock, and John Cena.
And this is a new face of WWE, is it? They beat up a man 3-1 and celebrate it. And we are just getting started. Well, welcome back to Raw after that sickening show of power by the Hierarchy. We are now going to celebrate a little bit with what happened at WrestleMania with the new tag team champions. And not only that, the return of Big E Well, New Day are back together. Look at this. And carrying gold.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, representing the New Day from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 285 pounds, one half of the World Tag Team Champions, Big E!
Everything's right in the world. We've got the Booty-O's, we've got the Pancakes, we've got Francesca. And we've got Big E back in action. His first singles match since that fateful night. But last night, what a moment for the New Day. Well, Woods wasn't clear to compete, but Big E to make him his turn. And we'll hear from new champions tonight as well. LA Knight, US champion, and Rhea Ripley as well, beating Liv Morgan. As we already spoke about, Iyo Sky versus Charlotte for the US title, and Cody Rhodes, Scott Hall in our main event. But New Day are happy here. Wonder who's going to step up as new champions. And oh, wait a minute, former SmackDown Tag Team champions, Tonga Loa, Tama Tonga. Well, I suppose the final boss has got complete control of Raw.
And his opponent, accompanied by Tama Tonga from Orlando, Florida, weighing in at 230 pounds, Tonga Loa.
Well, the story was the bloodline with Solo Sikoa, of course, including the Gritters of Destiny. And it was Jacob Fatu falling under the final boss's leadership. They have merged now with the bloodline that we know, the Usos and Roman Reigns. Where the Usos are after their war, beating these men at WrestleMania for the tag team titles. Will it be harmonious in the bloodline? And again, with the hierarchy in control tonight, or throughout it seems now in WWE, who knows what's going to happen, but Tonga Loa wants a bit of Big E, and Big E, it's great to have him back. Test of strength. And Tonga Loa is no small man, let's not forget about that. Of course, former tag team champion, maybe give an opportunity if he can win here. Maybe go for the Raw tag team titles with Big E. And it's great to see him back, and now the crowd clapping along here. Oh, big shot there by Tonga. And oh my God, Loa there, so impressive. You see the power, but Big E, former WWE champion, has come back with Woods and Kofi looking on, and look at that power. Now Big E doesn't look like he's missed a step here. Now going to gain some momentum. Oh no! Tonga Loa with a spear. And now just taking Big E out. Like I said, Raw has changed here tonight. Who'd have thought we'd seen the Outsiders? And they'll be involved in the main event that Cody Rhodes has not got here yet, and probably why Jacob Fatu was 3-on-1. Drew McIntyre has not been medically cleared. And Big E won't be if he's not careful, but get out of the way of that. Oh, went for the shot and got caught. Step up into Seguri, now over the top. And it's Big E in control. A New Day against the bloodline. That's going to be weird calling them that, seeing as they've been anti-bloodline for so long. But like I said, the final boss has the final say. Who knows, as we deal, like I said, with the fallout from WrestleMania. Big E and Tonga Loa both got points to prove. Tonga Loa wants to be in that conversation for the tag team titles again, it seems. Oh my God, and Big E wants to show he's 100%. And he looked right there with a clothesline. And now, oh, splash. Takes him down. Does he take him out? No. Well, Tonga Loa there gets help from Tama with a distraction. That's exactly what he needed. If it rolls up Big E now, not like this. Big E, oh no, out. Out at 2 and Tonga Loa. Took a chance and missed. Oh, but managed to recover. And now Rikishi driver. Oh my word. Well, that might be it. Big E's in trouble. And Big E, no. Kicks out. Frustrations from Tonga Loa there. And now with a knee to put Big E down. Oh my God. And Big E is in trouble. No. When he kicked out. And the frustration's real for Tonga Loa. Doesn't know what to do at this moment in time. And Big E went for a clothesline, but he's a bit dazed. A bit dazed and confused, but that won't stop him in a big boot. And now Big E off that second with the elbow drop. Well, we don't see it often. And Big E now. Oh no, gets cut off by Tonga Loa. Into the ropes there. And Tonga sniffing blood. This might be done, but no. Taken out, and again distraction. Credit to Tama Tonga. Well, Big E not happy about that though. He's got that big ending. I don't think he's finished there. The splash. And now Big E having fun. He's got Tonga Loa in trouble. With a big ending. Into the cover. And Big E, in his first match back, gets the win. Now, how great was that? Not just for Big E, but for the crowd here to see New Day. And Big E was on fire in this matchup. Well, Tonga Loa tried his best with Tama with distractions. But the power of Big E compels you. We see the splash. You've got to credit Brothers of Destiny in this matchup. Showing the heart. We know what the fight was. Look how close this was to Big E being done. And again, the Rikishi driver couldn't put E down. And we kind of knew at this point, especially with Woods and Kofi cheering on, that Big E would get back in this matchup. He got caught with a knee. Still not enough. And then Big E again with the splash. And then that big ending. And no one is getting up from that. Big E gets the 1, 2, 3.
Here is your winner, Big E!
The New Day are back together. Everything is all right in the world right now. Up next we hear from Rhea Ripley. Now, welcome back to Monday Night Raw. And I promised, and we will deliver, the brand new women's champion, fresh off defeating Liv Morgan at WrestleMania. Mummy's in the house. And how right does that top look in her hands?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Adelaide, Australia, the WWE Women's World Champion, Rhea Ripley.
Well, Rhea Ripley finally got her revenge on the woman that took everything away from her. And like I said, at WrestleMania, Ripley won that championship and is back on top. And you have to wonder, like we said, being the Raw after WrestleMania, is there going to be any surprises for Rhea Ripley? And again, the title fits her so well. It makes you think she was never really without it, but it was a long journey back. And Ripley holding that title proudly. And like we said, speaking of championships, still going to hear from US champion LA Knight. And not only that, Charlotte versus Iyo Sky for the United States Championship as well. And cap that off with Cody Rhodes versus Scott Hall in a dream match, I will say, in our main event. But Ripley is here. Let's see what she's got to say. And oh my God. Well, we talked about it. Just mentioned. Wonder if anybody else would show up. And what about this?
And her opponent from San Fernando, Chile, Stephanie
Bequer is on Monday Night Raw. I'm getting tongue-tied thinking about it. The woman who dominated NXT, former NXT Women's Champion, now Primera, has come to Raw and is confronting Rhea Ripley. And this is a little bit of history repeating herself. Ripley only held the title for a month last year. And she's got to be careful. Oh, Stephanie Bequer is here. Unbelievable stuff. Should say mention Bianca Belair. Sorry, should have said that. Of course, Rhea Ripley's involved in their matchup, but it's not about her now. It's about Rhea Ripley and Stephanie Bequer. Well, what's going on with these two women face to face now? And it's Stephanie with the first shot, taking Ripley down. Oh no, Ripley managing to reverse it, but oh my God, Stephanie has got Rhea in trouble. Are we going to see the SBB? And we are. Oh my God. Well, Stephanie Bequer sends a statement here on Raw right now that she wants next for Rhea Ripley's Women's Championship.
Here is your winner, Stephanie Bequer.
Well, she wants to prove she is number one in the entire women's division of WWE. And after that, are you going to argue? Stephanie makes an impact here on Monday Night Raw. There's so much more to come, but wow. Now, welcome back to Monday Night Raw. And what an impact Stephanie Bequer just made, but what an impact LA Knight made at WrestleMania, winning his first championship in WWE. And there it is, US Championship, yeah.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 241 pounds, the WWE United States Champion,
Yeah. And we talk about when you become champion, the target's on your back, but LA Knight is going to face it head on. He wants to fight anybody in the back right now. Well, he's clever enough not to put the US title on the line, but he doesn't mind the challenge. Does LA Knight? Yeah. And what a match it was at WrestleMania, but it was LA Knight coming out on top. No sign of the Judgment Day tonight, which is a great thing, I will say. Well, you'll miss them. You miss them when they're gone. Well, they are gone, and I don't. Let's find out who LA Knight's opponent's going to be. And, oh my God, we'll talk about an NXT invasion, so to speak. It's Tony D'Angelo. Tony D.
And his opponent, representing the family from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 240 pounds, Tony D'Angelo.
Well, Tony D, head of the family, looking to make a huge impact. I mean, if he can beat LA Knight, then he will be #1 contender to the US title. And like I said, all change when it comes to Monday Night Raw and to SmackDown as we look back at WrestleMania, but look towards what's ahead, of course, Backlash and the draft. But I'm just hearing John Cena wants some time again tonight. He's got something he wants to say, get off his chest, and that's on top, of course, of Charlotte versus Iyo for the US title, and our main event, Cody versus Scott Hall. Yes, you heard that right. We'll explain more in the main event, but right now, LA Knight and Tony D is going to be a hell of a fight. And Tony D straight away. Well, he's got nothing to lose right now. Tony can just leave it all out there. LA Knight is not going to be 100%, of course, with what happened at WrestleMania. Well, Tony D was involved at Stand and Deliver, let's not forget, in the tag team title matchup, but he's a day fresher in LA Knight. Said he wants to show what a US champion should be. Yeah, by not defending the title. Hey, give the man credit. He just wants to get through Raw first. As we've seen with the hierarchy, LA Knight doesn't annoy him. Maybe they strip him of the title. Who knows what their powers are? Or you ask who knows what their power are. They control WWE. It's as simple as that. The Tribal Chief, the World Champion, and the man that runs TKO. If you don't know TKO, that's the company that owns WWE. So basically, the final boss owns Triple H. I'm glad you're saying that, and not me. And Triple H hears that, you might not be here next week. Or we can dream, can't we? It's Knight. Oh my God. And LA Knight seems to be having a bit of fun at D'Angelo's expense. Yeah. Big elbow into the pin. And that could be it. No, D'Angelo has got to try and fight somehow. But now LA Knight stomping a mud hole, walking it dry. And speaking of that, we have Stone Cold Steve Austin and CM Punk on WrestleMania. Next week we'll hear from CM Punk. A lot of people are recovering from the injuries sustained. You know, Punk may not be 100%, but he wants to talk about what happened in this match with Austin. And of course, let's not forget, we talk about big main events up. Drew McIntyre not here. We wonder when he will be back. And Tony D'Angelo, as I've been talking, has worked his way back in the match. Maybe underhanded tactics, but again, any means necessary has been said plenty of times, and that's what D'Angelo's doing. Taking that turnbuckle down so the referee can't see it. Clever strategy, and Knight, go out of the way. Well, Knight gets back in. He tells the ref about the turnbuckle. Does he know? He's not going to. I thought Knight then. A big right hand. Oh, but D'Angelo. And now the big suplex. Takes Knight. Takes him down. No. Well, that would have been a huge upset here on Monday Night Raw. And now referee putting that turnbuckle back in. And can't seem to forget about it. And it comes back to haunt Tony D'Angelo, who just might have beaten the US champion. Well, Tony cannot believe his luck. Well, LA Knight can. Fortune favours the brave, I suppose. But now D'Angelo trying to pick Knight up, but LA Knight just too strong, and now big boot. And now where's Knight going? Doesn't travel top often. And a splash, oh my God, we're risking it all. That's what LA Knight can do. And now that second elbow drop onto D'Angelo. And that should be it. And no credit to Tony. I think even LA Knight's thinking that now. But can D'Angelo avoid the BFT blunt force trauma into the cover. And Knight is going to get the win here. Look very, very good. Well, the US champion gets the win, but we should say credit to D'Angelo, who took that early onslaught from LA Knight. Look at this. Don't see it often. Backdrop off from that turnbuckle. And LA Knight was rolling, but Tony managed to turn it into his favour after that elbow. Well, yes, like we said, maybe tactics you might not agree with, but it works in the end. As we see the spinning suplex. Couldn't put Knight down with that, but look how close he came. And then to forget about it, with the referee's back turned, that was a turnbuckle he exposed. And LA Knight added a couple of new moves with a splash off the top. And then the elbow. Couldn't put Tony down with that. But he got the job done with the BFT for the 1, 2, 3. The US champion, LA Knight, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
Here is your winner, LA Knight.
Well, Knight is going to stand up to all challengers. He looks good doing it. LA Knight, yeah. So welcome back to Monday Night Raw. And we are not in Germany. I've no idea why it's saying that for, and I've no idea why John Cena is coming back out here. We saw him earlier with a hierarchy. And here he comes, just wanted to show off his World Heavyweight Championship. Yes, it's a record, but the circumstances he did it were absolutely disgusting.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing in at 251 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, John Cena!
If John Cena wants to do that, then I'm glad that the last time is now. Because it was a disgrace to professional wrestling to see these two men that we wanted to see, John Cena and Drew McIntyre, be ruined by the final boss. And finally, by that low blow. To win a championship with a low blow. That's what John Cena has become. He sold his soul for the devil, and I hope it's worth it. Well, you better calm down. If the final boss hears you say that, he's not going to be happy. But it doesn't matter, does it? Because they've got complete control, like we've spoken about. The World Heavyweight Championship. There's no sign of Drew McIntyre. I mean, you know. Look, mate, it'll be alright, okay? Calm down. And John Cena, is this what he wanted to do? Just show off his World Heavyweight Championship? Well, the crowd not happy to see him. As you can tell, I'm not happy to see John Cena. I don't know why he's here. We've got 2 great matches to come. Well, John Cena wondered who's next as a challenger. Wait a minute. Well, I can think of a phenomenal challenger for John Cena, and his name is AJ Styles. There may be hope.
And his opponent from Gainesville, Georgia, weighing in at 218 pounds, the phenomenal AJ Styles!
And what does AJ Styles do best? Beat up John Cena. Well, I'm into this, and AJ talked about wanting another shot at a world championship, and Styles versus Cena. Oh, yes, please. Well, Cena doesn't seem happy at all that the phenomenal one is here. And Styles might have lost the tag team titles, but when one door closes, another one opens, and the crowd so happy to see AJ Styles right now. Phenomenal on Raw. They talked about the hierarchy having control. They haven't got control of AJ Styles. Listen to the crowd. Loving AJ Styles right now. Oh, John Cena seems a bit, like he said, cautious, and he got caught with the Styles clash. And AJ Styles, well, he wants to welcome John Cena to the 17 Club. Oh, phenomenal forearm. And I don't think he's finished there. Styles with a forearm to Cena. No, Cena out of the way. And just like John Cena trying to get away. And Styles fighting back. And these two men absolutely hate each other. And Styles and Cena, these two going at it. Well, Cena was shocked by the early onslaught by AJ Styles, but now fighting back. This is not even a matchup. And Styles now a combination. Oh my God, beautifully done. And AJ pulling out the rabbit out of the hat. And now going for the calf crusher, but Cena saw it coming. Oh, went for the AA, but missed. Oh, now Styles. Oh, trying to fight. Cena coming out of that corner. And a clothesline by Big Match John. That's not even a match, and Cena now going up top. And a 5-knuckle shuffle. But AJ back to his feet. And Cena disgusted by it seems. And now he's got him up for the AA. And Cena's laid out AJ Styles now. Well, can you believe that? The forearm and the Styles clash. But it was distraction, it seemed, from the crowd. And now we can see who that was. Roman Reigns on the final boss. Styles took his eye off the ball. And Cena, with the AA, sending a message to AJ Styles. He runs Monday Night Raw.
Here is your winner, John Cena.
Well, John Cena sending a message to anybody that wants to step up. Well, this is not right. John Cena, this is not right. Welcome back to Monday Night Raw.
The following is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Women's United States Championship.
Well, this is the main event in its own right, but we've still got to come. Cody Rhodes versus Scott Hall. And I hear Cody Rhodes might have someone watching his back in the main event, but before that, this is the main event, like I said, in its own right. The Queen, Charlotte Flair, wasn't successful with Bayley and Becky Lynch at WrestleMania against the Kabuki Warriors. Asuka getting the victory, but Charlotte, can you imagine if she was to win the US Championship here tonight? Add to her incredible resume. Already holds 15 women's championships. Of course, the latest she won at the Royal Rumble the night after WrestleMania. Can she make history yet again? And there's no betting, especially with Becky Lynch and Bayley in her corner. The issues with the Kabuki Warriors are far from over, regardless of the result here tonight. And again, as we spoke about how strong the women's division is, Stephanie Vaquer earlier making her debut, taking out Rhea Ripley. And that will be an interesting development to keep our eyes on. Also, Jacob Fatu recovering from that beatdown by the Hierarchy to start the show. And Charlotte is ready. And the Queen getting help that only the Queen can. And Jessica, more than happy to oblige. But unfortunately for Charlotte, she goes against one of the hottest superstars in WWE right now. No one's been on a roll quite like Iyo Sky, the genius of the Sky, is ready for action. I don't think she's going to come out here alone either. Well, you're right about that. The Kabuki Warriors come with Iyo to make sure that she's going to be alright in this matchup. So all hell could break loose ringside. And again, there's no doubt Asuka has control of the Kabuki Warriors, but the only one to hold the championship is Iyo Sky. But Kabuki Warriors have been the most dominant women's team in WWE. Be interested tonight if Charlotte can make a difference. And I'm trying to think if we have actually had a Charlotte and Iyo Sky one-on-one matchup. Nothing springs to mind. They're involved in a triple threat match. NXT in your house. But they have been kept separate here because obviously Charlotte has been predominantly SmackDown and Iyo on Raw. Well, that's going to end right now. They've got the proper in-ring introductions. Get ready for this huge championship match on the Raw after WrestleMania. As we mentioned, that is what they're fighting for. Iyo Sky, the very first Women's United States Champion.
Introducing the challenger from the Queen City, Charlotte Flair. And her opponent from Tokyo, Japan, the WWE Women's United States Champion, Iyo Sky.
Iyo hands that title to Jessica, maybe for the last time. Charlotte looking at what she can win here tonight. Here we go, Charlotte Flair, Iyo Sky. This should be a classic. Both women circling each other early going. Charlotte doesn't want any of the strikes. And again, it's so evenly matched between these two. Yes, you'd probably say Sky's got the advantage in the air, but maybe technically Charlotte is a little bit of a step ahead to striking game. Who knows? Even Stevens, I would say, with that. But momentum maybe plays an important part, and that is with Iyo Sky right now. And that is what Charlotte Flair needs to get back in this matchup, working the arm there. And again, Iyo getting out of the way. She wants to look up in her own time. If she doesn't, Charlotte with the power, but made a mistake turning her back on Iyo. Sky with a German suplex release, my word. And Sky targeting with a drop kick. And Iyo not finished there. Oh my God, knee strike. And already Bayley and Becky Lynch mucking around, causing distraction, bringing weapons in. And Charlotte with a roll up, but Iyo won't get caught. And now Sky trying to use the speed, and Charlotte just cut her down there. And Sky from the underneath. And now working that arm. Sky with the knees to the midsection. Into the cover. And Charlotte out at one, and Iyo's a little bit surprised there. It's going to take a lot to put Charlotte Flair down. I know Iyo's the first Women's US Champion, but Charlotte, as we spoke about, 15 Women's Championships to her name. And that is a reason why. Sidewalk slam And Sky's out. And now you can see Oscar and Kari trying to get support for Iyo. Same as Bailey and, well, Lynch is not. Lynch is just staring at the moment. Lynch just wants trouble. As Iyo with the kicks, but gets caught. And again, flies out of it, but the back elbow connected. And that connected hard. And Iyo might not know where she is. No, she does. Another 1 count to Charlotte now. Just trying to wear Iyo Sky down. And Sky just will not let that happen so far. Charlotte trying to work the leg, but got caught with a drop kick from behind. And again, Iyo with a cover, and Becky is furious. I think she's trying to get involved, and Charlotte there saying, no, look, it's going to take a lot to put me down. The Sky now, again, gets caught. Shot to the midsection herself, and that opens the door for Charlotte and a spear. And just like that, Sky could be in trouble. No, just counting. Was that a slow count? I'm not sure now. Charlotte going to go attack the legs of Iyo Sky. Sky's not going to let that happen. Iyo now backing Charlotte up into that corner. Sky with the kicks. Now building up ahead of steam and back elbow. And a bit like Kari saying, in the corner now. Instead of the insane elbow, obviously the over the moonsault and a huge palm strike. Well, Sky now has taken control of this matchup. Charlotte struggling to get to her feet. And Sky. And now the submission. As we've seen before, the tarantula. Made famous by Tajiri back in the day. Wow, what a callback that is. As Iyo now again with a palm strike. Mustn't think she's in control too much of Charlotte though. And a 2 count. Charlotte had to fight that one. And now Iyo picking up Flair. Again with a palm strike. Charlotte now with a chop. And these women will exchange. And again, things are heating up in the middle of the ring. Iyo and Charlotte back and forth now. And Charlotte will not be done. Wow, what a move that was. And Oscar causing a blatant distraction. All fair in love and war, I suppose. And Charlotte and Oscar got history dating back. Let's not forget WrestleMania issues they had. And now Iyo picks up Charlotte. Uh-oh, Charlotte's in trouble. And where's Iyo going? No. Trying to get position for the Spanish fly. Oh my goodness. Oh, Iyo hit it. And now the distraction from Bailey, allowing Charlotte to recover. Well, again, we wondered if it was clever having the women at ringside, and it seems to have paid off big time now. And Charlotte with a spear again. Well, Charlotte with a spear, and just work the legs. Going to go for the figure 4 first. And she can extend. It'll be the figure 8. And Sky now might be seconds away from tapping out. Oh, Iyo hasn't got a lot left in the tank. I mean, I'll be surprised if she quit, but nowhere to go right now with Iyo finally getting out of it. Oh, credit to Iyo Sky. And now catches Charlotte in her own submission. And Charlotte, she's got to fight this now. Turnabout is fair play for these women. And Charlotte might be faded. No, finally gets out of it. And Iyo now. Cool, and this might be it. And then natural selection. And Charlotte, oh come on Charlotte, go for the pin. Oh, she's got Iyo now. And we might just be seconds away from the new champion, Sky. It's fighting out. Charlotte's getting in Jess Carr's face. I don't think that's a good idea. She needs to concentrate on Iyo. I don't think Sky's got a lot left now by the look of things. And now Charlotte. And a final selection. And now Iyo could be seconds away from losing that championship. A third natural selection. Charlotte into the cover. And we've got a new Women's US Champion. Wow. Flair did it. Well, Flair's just made history as the first Grand Slam champion in WWE history. That's again no offense to Iyo Sky, who was of course the inaugural champion, but had not won the SmackDown and Raw Women's Championships, along with the NXT title, which of course Iyo has won. And Charlotte now adds to the US title, and the war between the Kabuki Warriors and the Three Horsewomen have taken a very interesting turn. And Sky put in her best effort, but she didn't hit the moonsault. And I think if Charlotte had that scouted, well, this is the thing, Iyo, instead of hitting the moonsault, see the Spanish fly, beautifully done there. It was a submission attempt because Charlotte had dragged her into it, you know. Charlotte had hit the figure 4 and then the figure 8, and it made Iyo try and fight a submission-based game. And at that point, Charlotte took control. 3 natural selections. Didn't put her down to begin with because she was taunting too much. But with the final one, Charlotte is your new champion.
Here is your winner, and the new WWE Women's United States Champion, Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair makes history